Hello gentlemen, investors and traders. Thank you very much for paying attention to us. Now we will consider the current indicators of the corporation Meta Platforms Inc., ticker META. This review was made using current information at the time, April 27, 2024. According to Classification Guru.Markets organization Meta Platforms Inc. belongs to the subcategory. The Internet, 57 organizations participate in the comparison. This is very representative. We start with summary data for the company. Let's look at each parameter in a bit more detail a little further. If necessary, you can pause the video. We suggest looking at all the indicators of the organization in question carefully. Access to the table with the classification of company tickers is absolutely free and open. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as various other help. All this is extremely important for us. Market capitalization of the corporation Meta Platforms Inc. valued at $1,124.25 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $3,599 billion. Meta Platforms Inc. accounts for a share of 31.239%. This is one of the leaders of the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $130.23 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $350 billion. Meta Platforms Inc. constitutes a share of 37.251%. Having compared the shares of market and book value, we see the following. Occupied share Meta Platforms Inc. in the subcategory in case of market value assessment is 31.239%. The book value is 37.251%. Which is 19% more than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of market and balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The organization's debts amount to $32.557 billion. Debt to book capitalization represents 25% of the company's capital. Result on the level of the company's financial liabilities. Good, 1 point. The ratio of the company's stock market value to its profit is 25.5. The average for the subcategory is 27.1, which is 6% lower than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of stock price to profit ratios in comparison with subcategory companies. Good, 1 point. Profit for the last 12 months amounted to $45,757 million. Future earnings for the coming 12 months are tentatively expected to be $57,151 million. This is 24.9% more than now. Assessment of projected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's price-to-revenue ratio is 7.9. The average in the subcategory is 6.5. This is 22% higher than in the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market price-to-revenue indicator in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $142,710 million. Projected revenue for the coming 12 months is expected to be $178,250 million. Which is 25% more than now. Assessment of projected future revenue indicators in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The sales margin is 32.1%, with an average in the subcategory of 23.9%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 8.2%. Assessment of sales profitability in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of subcategory personnel is 16.885%. This is 85% less than the market capitalization share. And this reflects the imbalance in the company's stock market value. Meta Platforms Inc., rather towards revaluation. The amount of market capital for each employee of the company is equal to $16,701,000. And for the subcategory $9,027,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 85%. Estimation of the company's capital volume per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per company employee is $679,700. Average for the subcategory, $332,900. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 104%. Estimation of profit per individual employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The sales volume per individual employee of the company is $2,120,000. In the subcategory $1,393,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 52%. Estimation of sales per each employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Shares short corresponded to 1.2%, with a subcategory average of 4.6%. This is a short squeeze indicator. Technical indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 32% for the company Meta Platforms Inc. For the subcategory, this level is 48%. Potentially, shares of the subcategory are quoted higher than Meta Platforms Inc. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Meta Platforms Inc. and subcategory companies. We see that over 12 months the company's shares Meta Platforms Inc. showed a change of 111.7%. Against price changes for the 6.5% subcategory. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but you need to keep this fact in mind. Overall result: 5.5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 0.1 points. If you look broadly, within the stock market in general. Note that the average result for the market as a whole is 0.3 points. Against the score of 5.5 points from Meta Platforms Inc. Let's look at the table of orders. It is available to everyone. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all previously made decisions by the information and reference system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and free. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the analysis Meta Platforms Inc. helps System.GURU.Markets, the following decision is made. Do not open an order due to the fact that Meta Platforms Inc. This is not the most undervalued company in the subcategory. Thank you to the audience for watching this video and for using the information and reference system Guru.Markets. You all truly are the coolest crowd in the world.